Hey guys, what's up? It's Yana and welcome to Location Inspiration. As writers, we are often affected by the world around us and the places we visit. So in this series, I'll be sharing with you some of my favorite places to go, and maybe you'll find some of them inspiring and maybe you want to tag along with me just for fun. This month, I'm in Varna, Bulgaria, which is my hometown, and in this video I'm gonna take you with me to Varna's central beach. Let's go! Conveniently, on my way to the beach, I happened upon this outdoor exhibition. There's often an outdoor exhibition in this particular spot, and they're usually pretty cool. In this case, these are actually photos of Varna, taken from all over the city, so you can enjoy them while I give you a little bit of background about where we are. Varna is also known as the maritime capital of Bulgaria. The real capital is Sofia, pronounced Sofia, not Sofia. I know you want to say Sofia. So I was actually born in Sofia, but I've always felt like Varna was my real home. I don't think I ever want to live in a town that's not on the seaside. There's just a sense of freedom about it. As Hemingway once said, everything far from the sea is province. And I do find the sea itself a great muse for writing. I often feel like writing at the beach, but obviously that's not the best place for it. It's sandy, it's very hot, you probably don't want to take a laptop there in the middle of the day because it's going to overheat. But it is a pretty good place for reading, especially if you have really good sunglasses. Mine are great. They're also prescription sunglasses, so I use them very often and I love reading at the beach. I also find that going to the beach often helps me write afterwards because you get very tired from the heat and from swimming. So once you come back home and you take a shower, you're kind of relaxed and your mind is wandering. So for me, that's a great creative state. Anyway, back to the city. As Wikipedia will tell you, Varna is the third largest city in Bulgaria, and it's also the largest city and seaside resort on the Bulgarian Black Sea coast. The city has been a major economic, social and cultural center for almost 3 millennia. It grew from a Thracian seaside settlement to a major seaport on the Black Sea. The oldest gold treasure in the world was discovered here in the Varna necropolis, and it dates to 4200 to 4600 BC. You can view it if you visit our historical museum. It's actually pretty cool, but I don't have any footage of it, so you're gonna have to look that up for yourselves. We are right now just past the official entrance to the Sea Garden. The Sea Garden is a really large park. It's our main park in the city and it runs parallel to the sea, but we'll talk about it more in another video. These letters here spelling Varna have been around for a few years and they're everyone's favorite photo opportunity. We've got such signs in other cities as well, but this is where everybody takes their photo. This is a sundial. It's always been here ever since I can remember. It is not correct right now. It's about an hour early, I think. It's supposed to represent a bird taking flight, but to me it's always kind of looked like a dinosaur, you know, like a brachiosaurus if you've seen Jurassic Park. I don't really see a bird, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, we were on our way to the beach. To get to what we call the central beach, you actually walk through the entrance of one of Varna's favorite beach bars, Kubo. I love this place. It has really great atmosphere. It's very casual. Nobody will force you to order anything here since, well, they're really just allowed to use a public beach, so they don't demand that everyone orders, but most people will usually have a drink or two. You can put your towel down, you can take your drink and drink it on the sand while you're sunbathing and swimming and doing whatever you want. It is polite to take your glass back to a table afterwards so they can collect it, so please do that. But other than that, as I said, it's very, very casual. I often get a cocktail, but this time I've brought something else with me. A great drink for hot weather is ayran, which is basically yogurt, water, and usually some salt. It is a traditional Bulgarian drink, but you can also find it in some other countries too. Do not forget your sunscreen. The sun is very, very hot. I keep forgetting that I don't live here anymore all year round and my skin has lost its natural tan and protection. I used to almost never use sunscreen, let alone SPF 30. That would have been crazy to me when I was a kid. And I would almost never burn. Like, I would burn every once in a while if I was here like right in the middle of the day and staying under the sun for like hours, but I didn't burn otherwise. But now that I live in Scotland, it's a different story. I burn a lot more easily. So yeah, don't forget your sunscreen. You don't want skin cancer or just unpleasant burns. The temperature out here right now is maybe around 30 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. For those of you who use Fahrenheit, you're just gonna have to translate it. But it's pretty hot, so you can imagine the water is also pretty warm. Generally speaking, it's great for a swim. However, a word to the wise. The Black Sea is named that for a reason. It can be dangerous, even close to the shore sometimes, and if you don't respect it, you may well drown. It is not a joke. This is why most of our beaches have lifeguards and a signal system with flags. So look for them atop the lifeguard towers. A green flag means everything's fine, the sea is safe, you can go in, no problem. Yellow means there are some waves or some wind or some undercurrents. It's not too dangerous, but you are not allowed to use any flotation devices because it's easy for the current to drag them very deep very quickly. And you also shouldn't try to go too deep either. A red flag means it's dangerous and technically you are not supposed to be in the sea at all. As you can see, despite the red flag today, there are people in the water, but they are pretty much keeping right next to the shore where the water reaches no higher than their waist, or I guess if there's a wave up to their chest. As long as that's all that you're doing, you're staying next to the shore and just jumping over waves, the lifeguards will allow it. Just don't try to go deeper. There are always some idiots, of course. If a lifeguard spots somebody going too deep, they're gonna whistle. So if you're here on holiday and you hear a whistle, look around to make sure it's not for you and you haven't wandered too far from the shore. And if you have, don't be on ours, come back and listen to instructions. The lifeguards aren't just whistling at people for fun, they just don't want to pull dead bodies from the water. Now, all of this probably sounds really scary if you come from a place with safer waters. It's funny to me because obviously I grew up here. I've been swimming in the sea since I was very young. I've been here with friends as a child, unsupervised, and we've just always been sensible, so to us this is completely normal. So it's honestly not that scary. At least you're not gonna get eaten by a shark. There are far more dangerous waters out there. We do allow people to go or ladies to go topless at the beach here. You can take your top off. It's unlikely that anyone will pay any attention whatsoever. I usually take it off both because I don't like tan lines. The ones that I do have are from sunbathing in my backyard in Scotland, where obviously I'm not gonna go topless, and because I refuse to support the idea that my nipples are any more indecent than those of a man. That's just stupid to me. So now here's a recording from a different day, but this is in the evening, so there's fewer people, it's getting a bit dark. And if you're not all about sunbathing and you just want to have a swim, that's a great time to do it because the water will usually be lovely.
So guys, I'm actually in the sea right now. You can see I am this far from the shore. I don't know if you can see that. And the water is actually warmer than the air outside. I think it's around 6 o'clock in the evening, so the water has had a full day to heat up and it's really, really warm right now. There was a little bit of seaweed around when I came in, but there's not much here. It's just pretty nice water, actually, pretty clean. And yeah, I'm actually swimming with the camera right now. This is probably a bad idea.
And this is Varna's Central Beach. Thanks for coming with me on this little trip. See you in the next video. Bye!